Hello. Sorry, I'm trying to cross my legs. You know, I get my ideas from really interesting places. I have a sort of, I realized I'm a kind of a bowerbird. These are birds, in order to attract a mate, to draw people in, they collect blue things. I don't know why blue. Colors are really interesting. But they lay them out like a mandala, you know, very beautiful geometric designs with these blue found objects. If they're the ring of the milk jug or a bottle cap, or and then mixed in with blue petals. I'm a bowerbird. It's traditionally among birds, it's the male bird that does it. You know, which is interesting. Trying to tell the female bird, I have this beautiful domestic, because there's a bower where they go in and, you know, presumably get it on. Don't know where I'm going with that. The other thing I was thinking of, and I saw there's a show. I mean, I have this eclectic taste. I like interview scenarios because I like the question. I'm a fan of the question, and you know you can pursue a line of questioning with an interesting person, and just it's a gold mine of discovery. This is a YouTube channel, I believe, called Diary of a CEO. And I just passed it right by forever because my interest in business, as I understood it, was nil, which is one of the reasons I, this is the kind of business I do. Right? Cha-ching. I mean, it's not like that. So I wasn't going to watch it. And when I finally watched it, I love this show. This guy, Steve somebody, has been CEO of a couple of companies that he moved on from. He's very young, very successful, and is using his money to kind of look into other people who have a specialty and kind of probe, how did you get here? Anyway, so he was talking about the pronunciation of a name. Like life is easier for those of us who have names that are pronounceable by the ruling, by the predominant culture, by the majority, but also the power of a name in that if somebody nicknames you and you accept it, that gives a very connected feeling. In the school that I went to, there was a kid who would go around and nickname people. It didn't occur naturally. It wasn't given to them in love because of some, he was like trying to peg them with some sort of quasi-derogatory nickname. If somebody calls me Lisa instead of Liza, there's a knee-jerk sort of like, you don't know me. And often there's no reason they should. But it's the, it's the part of me that was in a class in school and the teacher didn't know my name. It was like, who are you, Who am I? Who are you? I'm supposed to remember your name, Mrs. Susie Face. When I was in high school, one of my best friends, I got connected to her because she knew my name. She said hello to me in the stairwell. She's going up, I'm coming down, or vice versa, and she called me by name. And it, you know, I was new in the school, and it just changed everything. And I thought, oh my God, you know my name. A friend of my daughter's was named Sujata, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. It's when the Buddha went into the desert to find enlightenment. As you know, that's like a part of every Swami story. Swami being shorthand for people who, you know, they go into the desert or into a cave or somewhere removed, hermit-like from society. And when he came back, there was a woman who gave him porridge, his first meal, having starved himself for 40 days. You know, no contact, no, just in deep and a kind of prayer mode. And her name was Sujata, and this kid, a friend of my daughter's, was named Sujata. Her parents were of the Woodstock era, and that's what they named their daughter. And when she was in school, you know, nobody could get their head around her name, nor could I. I mean, it took me a while to absorb it and be sure I got it right. That's one reason people don't like unfamiliar names, is they don't want to be wrong in this pronunciation they don't know. In what ought to be my own language, you know, there is that element in our culture in it, and it's disturbing. This teacher said, I'm going to call you Sue. And she said, no, you're not. That's not my name. I'm not Sue. And was, you know, a bit pissed off about it. And she was kind of a no-nonsense girl and not afraid to take the teacher to task. So there's something about getting names right, or being attached to your name as a label, be it, you know, you're a wife, you're a teacher, you're the black sheep, or whatever, you know. First card up, 5 of Pentacles, 5. In traditional Rider-Waite, this is somebody outside the church, you know, locked out of the place where they might find help. In real terms, Pentacles terms, I need help. You know, in the things that sustain me in 3D. It can be a poverty mindset, but since it's Pentacles, I don't see it that way. I think it's somebody who, it may not be locked out of Pentacles in the sense of money. I have no money, but it's sort of like I have no security. I feel abandoned. Here it just shows a guy walking by a potential portal. He's not coming this way. He's not coming, he's not going. He's somehow traversing. Certainly not staying stuck in the energy of what this individual doesn't have. 5s indicate a need for change. So I think if there was a feeling of abandonment, I think this is the person moving on from that. Not the person who walked away from them. There was a walking away. and maybe still is. This person is like mid-stride in the act of changing something. Five of Pentacles. My stomach is growling. It's probably audible. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. I think this is the destination. I mean, it might be somebody walking away from a very secure situation. Could be that. But I think it also could be somebody halfway, at the halfway point. 5 to the 10. Something needs to change. I need to move on to a place of plenty. Okay. Got that yesterday, the world. You know, 10s indicate a cycle completed. The world indicates a cycle completed on the archetypal level. So in this case, you know, what's happening in everyday life is in alignment with what's happening in the psyche. Or maybe more properly, vice versa. There's something happening in the psyche that's getting acted out in 3D, in Pentacles energy. Halfway there. What does that mean, 5 of Pentacles, halfway there? Yeah, there's a quote I'm supposed to stop and talk about. On this show, Diary of a CEO, so improbable for me to watch, one of the things that came up kind of as a side note was a study that showed when people were, a sample of people were locked in they were put in a room and told they have to sit for half an hour with themselves, with their own thoughts, but they had they had a button that would deliver an electric shock to them, strong enough so that it was very unpleasant. And that shock would get them out of this, I have to sit here for half an hour. And 2/3 of the people started shocking themselves. It was so painful to sit with it. You know, to confront themselves in 3D, absent, so that might be this a little bit, absent distractions. I don't really get that. 10 of Cups. I mean, in a way, this could be considered not settling. You know, if I'm in a place that I consider halfway there that doesn't really meet my needs, Pentacles energy, doesn't meet me halfway, perhaps. So there is sort of a sense of a lack. I'm not getting what I need here. You know, so I'm on the move. 5s, a need for change. And in order to, you know, perhaps get to some sense of completion and abundance and satisfying, and it could be money. But the world can signify Capricorn in a sense that Pentacles energy of working hard at completing a cycle and being willing to change your circumstances, your physical 3D life, in order to make that change. Yeah. You know, this is sort of like, you know, welcome to paradise. And that's, you know, cups are about feelings. And if you have all 10, you have all 10. The ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, etc. And some of those stages, like 5 of cups, halfway to this, are hard energies. 5 of cups is mourning. You know, and let's see, what's another one that's sort of, let's see, 4 of cups is like, it can be passivity or feeling of a missed opportunity. I mean, it isn't, you know, to get to 10, you need to be able to feel all the other ones too. You know, you can't just skip over the other feelings and end up with a full flush in poker, you know. The full of that suit cups connection. Under 10 of, we're getting repeats, 10 of wands. This is a card of communication and flow. And I'm always confused by this posture. You know, it is a posture of balance and yoga and effort. Wands are about effort. They're not thinking about something. They're not even feeling about it. Or having it. They're about doing it. Energy, action. And I still don't quite get, I mean, it's usually in traditional Rider-Waite about conversation or travel or something dynamic. And this is definitely dynamic, but it's an in-the-moment energy. We've gotten this combo quite a lot too. This is a card of temperance, Sagittarius. Also, that in-the-moment energy is almost always how I describe or see this card. This person is sort of surfing the cosmic flow. And somehow that surfing quality is like, has to do with feelings, even though this is a fire energy. Not a water energy. But doesn't that guy look like he's surfing the flow? Sagittarius is a card of Sag. Temperance is a card of balance and healing through action. Same energy, fire energy. So perhaps this kind of action we're talking about isn't so much like, you know, I'll go out and run the marathon. I'll work hard at this job. I'll see it through. Or I'll have this very purposeful Wands energy conversation with somebody with a certain aim in mind. And this is somehow, to me, both cards of kind of surrender. Temperance is to do with divine timing, in the moment, balance, blend. And we have sun moon here in this person's hands. And the kind of sun moon image above. In time. In good time. On the level of the psyche. You know, this cycle will conclude in divine timing. And all these cards of the cycle. And conclude isn't quite the right word, because sort of time marches on, and this is the last card in the major arcana. Anytime you have that 10 card, that completion idea, you go back to the beginning. You know, you don't want to retrograde through all the steps, but you will if you've missed any, if you haven't like worked your way through the feelings, worked your way out of a situation that you felt didn't satisfy, didn't meet your needs, even your most basic Pentacles needs. What I need to keep on living. So let's look a little more at that Five of Pentacles, because everything else is, you know, is the world. Ta-da, did it. Capricorn energy. Worked hard, got to the next level. And had to work from the 5 to the 10. This hard. Perhaps for years, for a very long time. But I did it. Here I am, in the land of milk and honey. Both in the flow and in the moment, somehow. In the flow and in the moment. Riding the, it's almost like riding the, you know, the energy in the psyche and in the universal flow. Like a time traveler, or the ability to accept things as they come. Five of Pentacles, please. This is a long time. Right? This is a long time. Okay, first one I see on Five of Pentacles is Three of Pentacles. A card of, you know, working with other people. It's not this business of being on your own. Kind of left out. This is like back into the fold somehow. This place of security. On 10 of Cups, 5 of Cups. I referred to 5 of Cups, I believe, a minute ago, by saying you have to feel all the feelings, the whole 10, that this is one of them that's a tough energy. You don't just get to feel the good feelings, you know. By definition, in 3D, even moment to moment, that's gonna change, and you have to sort of be able to roll with that, have a certain amount of supple energy, moment to moment, in your psyche as well as in 3D. Moving out of grief. But you see, this person has no feet. It's moving, it's a movement in the psyche. Perhaps in divine timing. I mean, because this always strikes me as in traditional Rider-Waite, it shows the cloaked figure looking at 3 spilled cups and ignoring the 2 upright behind, the possibility for connection that still exists. They're in a period of mourning. You know, and the 2, in this case, the 2 behind are, I mean, this is a bit of a different read. The connection that this person is moving on from is spent. You know, the flowers have gone by ripe into, you know, they were left too long somehow without water energy, without, I think, somebody meeting this person halfway. That's a place where you're halfway, kind of halfway to the land of fulfillment in terms of feelings. It's a stage we, all of us have to go through. It's a little bit of the dark night of the soul or the lonesome valley. It's a place of sadness. King of Wands. Again, in the Wands energy, in the fire energy, somebody who's adept at riding the wave moment to moment. That's on 8 of Wands, King of Wands. King of Wands would usually be somebody who takes action. I do this because I know what I want and I know where I'm going, and it's not like it's not that sort of ego energy. I'm not getting that off of this. This is somebody, I think, who's well practiced at riding the wave, well, there's a laid back energy to this. It's not a conversation of like, certainly not an argument. It's warm, it's heartfelt. And in that sense, both active and receptive, masculine and feminine energies in balance. So along with these cards of stability, you know, of security, of finding something stable and cooperative by moving on from a place where you weren't getting enough. And this is what you believe you can aspire to. And it's sort of like, right, you've run the bases. You've somehow, sorry, that's my cat. There's all this energy of halfway there. Halfway to the land of milk and honey. All right, sorry, these are the ones. On Temperance, we have 10 of Wands. I mean, look at how these two are kind of combined. The posture, you know, the Ten of Wands, cycle completed. We have 3 out of the 4 tens. 10 of Swords, only 1 missing. Sometimes that's the most important. And that's the painful cycle wrapping up. I think you took care of that a long time ago. You began to move out of this place of lack towards something more cooperative, less lonely. And you had the strength, Wands energy, to pull it off. This is a heavy energy, and it needs to be, it's something that needs to be kind of offloaded, because you've gone as far as you can go with this. So now it's time, temperance, time, tempo, temperance, divine timing, to ride the timeline, ride what wants to unfold in your psyche for the purpose of healing. So far, I think this may all be about you. I mean, Eight of Wands is the one kind of energy of communication, but we see only one person on this card. And as I look down, no, not all about you. It's that inclusive energy. People I can work with. Moving on from a place of lack toward people we complement each other. We can work together to create, I mean, every one of these pentacle ones has that bowerbird aspect. You know, the bower, the bower, the bower. The place. Making a place, making space where we can live in 3D. And it's also Capricorn energy. That's a very intense earth energy sign. That's Pan. That's the god of nature. God is everywhere. Four of Swords. This is on the world. This is, a timeout and a healing needed to take place that had something to do with having tried very hard and now needing to kind of turn your back on something, some way of thinking or some communication that didn't work. This is the work, this is the flow. And I say that because swords are about a way of thinking about something or speaking about it or understanding it. And this is a card of respite. It's like, I can't think about this anymore. Where all my mental powers are now turned toward healing. And it will take some time. Four of Swords usually indicates, the time to heal. The time to come into balance. The time to rest after the very hard Capricorn work of all these cycles. Six of Pentacles on 10 of Pentacles. That's really nice. I mean, if you've been out in the cold in some way, you've worked Pentacles energy, you worked your way back into a state of, finding people you can work with, people who will also create the bower. Six of Pentacles, equal give and take. From the Five, this place of I'm out in the cold, to Six of Pentacles. You know, the two of us, I mean, it's really taken a turn here. The two of us, Six of Pentacles, can make this Ten of Pentacles space. It will take work, hard work, Capricorn work. You can't do it alone. Five of Pentacles. Come in from the cold. Move out of the period of feeling sadness and nothing but sadness. Feel it all. It's all available to you. And I'd say to both of you, to all of you, to everybody, but this is sort of the formula. Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. You know, you've actually done the work to free yourself. That's another meaning of Capricorn. To free yourself. To move on from the sadness and the lack. Working with others. Putting in equal effort. You know, it takes a village. It takes a village. And one more on Four of Swords, the healing. Ace of Wands, the new beginning, the Ace. After this cycle completes, can't go any further. It's actually getting too heavy and doing this sort of the yoga lunge to hold it up. There's a reset. A new portal being offered, a new opportunity. A new opportunity. A new path. In divine timing. You know, here's the beginning. Where did we see the other all the portals and pentacle energies. And this might even be you know, whatever you were getting out of this thing you were putting effort into with other people didn't actually meet your needs. Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups. It left you in a place of lack in terms of emotion and in tangible terms. Something that had run its course. So you begin again, you know, fresh, new sense of direction. You know, I think there was a time of like wandering in the desert. Which way do I go? Where is my bower? Where is my bower? I think that it involves some sort of moving on. You know, because the Ten of Wands is over. And it's divine timing for this new path to begin. And you may be a fire sign in your active energy. I'm going to do this. In your fire energy, the time is now. I can now do this. I've achieved some sort of a level of proficiency to move on to the next level. I've healed it. It's sort of like the athlete who figures out how to get into the right mindset to do it, to go the distance. 10 of Pentacles. Has enough to offer now. 6 of Pentacles. To go the distance. I don't know why I'm pausing. Let's see. To go the distance. Okay, Page of Swords. Another page energy. Do we have a page? No, we don't. I was thinking of Ace of Wands. Pages and aces are a little bit close, but this is like I got a new path that I'm being drawn to intuitively. I know it's on the other side of this portal. I need information. I'm passing through this portal to learn something new. Beginner's mind. Oh, dang it. I feel like we're going on, but yeah, it's very long, so we can do one more. Death, Scorpio energy, the major transformation. It's underway. You're halfway there. But both parties, 6 of Pentacles, are now both investing. That's the transformation. You've learned enough to begin the new path. And whatever it is you're moving into, in the realm of feelings, Scorpio, water sign, about love and connection. It's now kind of coming, you know, it's coming right in through your crown chakra, this understanding of your own transformation in 3D. And what's driving this transformation, 6 of Pentacles to 10 of Pentacles, is emotion. You're halfway there. You're halfway home. It's still underway, and it may always be underway as long as we're alive, you know. Halfway home. Get the legs uncrossed. Yeah, thank you, a couple of new subscribers. Welcome in. Yay. Thank you. And if you haven't subscribed and this channel resonates with you, you find yourself coming back, please do. It grows the channel. We're kind of on the verge of things being able to shift once we have a certain number of subscribers. So keep those cards and letters coming in. You know, subscribe, share it with somebody if you know that other people you know could find this useful. Give it a share. Give it a thumbs up. Engage with the channel. Comment. You know, welcome aboard. Here we go. Are you ready? Ready or not?